Peeps, what's up? It's your boy Mark. You know I had to go live just a little bit. I actually wanted to go live to talk with Jahnizzle. How do I even send a whatchamacallit? I swear live would be the death of me. Here we go. Nizzle. Nizzle.
I've been so I think.
Huh?
What's up? How are you?
What's up? I'm good. So yes, so this just synced up. Like everything does, it's
Uh-huh.
ironic that your name has 333 at the end, and I saw that when I made the post, when I actually screenshotted my post on Facebook, and I was like, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna keep this and just put it up there to see how many people really understand the synchronicity. And then for you to say everything you were saying in your like story was spot on with everything that I've been literally going on with today, the whole day.
Really?
So
Uh-huh.
yes. Because man, just people don't really understand vibrations. Like the phrase is just thrown out so loosely nowadays that a lot of people don't realize that like you really influence your vibration, like your thoughts, everything that you
Mhm.
hold on to is how we feel, which is basically vibrations.
Right. Sorry, my phone is not charged, and now see this. I gotta put it on the charger, and it's hard to set it up, but I'll figure it
Oh
out.
no, you
There
good. I'm holding mines in my hand in my car.
we go.
So
Okay, there we go.
but yeah,
But yeah,
yes,
you're right.
you
No,
were
yeah, I
spot
was.
on.
I literally had just refreshed my timeline. I don't know what I was looking at. Something, and yours was the first post. Like, of course. So I was like, and then see what you're talking about. I was like. But that's not like the first time. I'm pretty like there's been plenty of times, I've hopped on and like you said something that I was either experiencing that day or I don't know, I just related to, and then definitely like the time that you caught there. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely
Definitely.
eye opening, and then like hearing the story, I was like, this is exactly what I was just talking about. But
Mhm.
I didn't know if I wanted to go into like go live and make a video. I was thinking about it the whole time, but I was just in my own little study mode, which I see you were doing the same thing, which is like minds. You know what I mean? We're on that same vibration, which people, if that word again, that vibration of learning, trying to better ourselves, daily elevation. That it takes practice to really get into a different state of mind. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't realize that. They think that it's something that's
They
you
don't
know
know that that's even a thing that you can think higher and then be higher. They think this is it, but that's just like you said. That's all people have been shown. They don't what you
exactly.
don't know.
You can't be blamed for it. You know what I mean? It's not their fault in that sense, because no one taught us this. We just happened to stumble across a lot of information that made a lot of sense to us, in the sense of it resonated. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't
Mhm.
understand that either. Like when something resonates with your soul, with your heart, and it's heartfelt, it's something you can't ignore. And it's something
Yeah.
that if you try to ignore, it's gonna come back and show it and show it and show it and show it. And those them synchronicities like that. Like this morning I was on Bob Proctor, honestly, because I love Bob Proctor. Him, Abraham Hicks, and Neville Goodrin, I think is how you say his last name. But they
Boudoir.
all speak about the same type of stuff, but in different aspects of it. Bob Proctor especially loves to talk about, the mind and, paradigm shifts that he learned when he studied Napoleon Hill, which is the Think and Grow Rich guy. And,
Uh-huh.
that was way back in the 1800s almost, where he, got a lot of his works from studying with Andrew Carnegie. And Andrew Carnegie taught him about the steel and, Henry Ford and all this stuff like that, and how they just had that mindset. They were able to take information, process it, and develop new habits off of this information, which
Hmm.
us as humans, like especially nowadays, we
We're a
have a
little
hard
far.
time doing that. Yeah, we don't like to think new. You know what I mean? We are so stuck in our this is it. I've been taught this all our lives, and this is it. Like we don't want to take that next stage of, you know, actually processing new information and molding
Especially,
new habits.
yeah,
Exactly.
especially, people older than us and things like that who have been so accustomed to just, this is it, this is how it goes. And now we're telling them, like, no, you can actually create your reality. Like, you can choose how your life, is to happen for you. You don't have to, not about just like following rules and stuff like that, but you don't have to follow that pattern that they've created for us forever ago. It's
Yeah.
not that anymore. And to, tap back into like who you really are, because we've come to a point in life where we're so much closer to like flesh and physical that, again, that's the low vibration. And to get back to like the higher and faster vibration is to get back to your spirit and your soul, and
Facts.
which creates everything, from that. So, and
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, and what I was, really like talking about like this morning, because things happen in our day. I don't know what happened in your day today, but as far as like just like little things, physical things, and people who come our way that happen. I said it before, like, let's say you get a flat tire or something today, and that's just something physical that can try to deter your thoughts. And like, let's say you're having a good day and now you're having a bad day. That's not what you want to like let that do. But there are things like that that try to change your mood, change your feeling, and things like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I agree. And those little humps in the road that can actually like derail us completely. Like I know some people that one thing happened, now their whole day is just sour. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And they literally hold that energy the entire day and then wonder why everything else catapults downhill from there.
Years. People
Exactly.
hold stuff for
Yes,
years.
yes. That's even yes. Facts. Facts. I can't even deny that. I know people that are just miserable for things that happened 10 years ago and still hold a grudge. And it's like, why are you still letting that bother you? Like, why are you letting that bring up an emotional reaction to you? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like,
Only you are letting it. That is nobody else is doing but you letting it. You're letting your that anger hoard inside yourself, that hate, that anger, what that feeling that doesn't make you feel good, you're
mm-hmm.
choosing to hold on to, because you don't want to let it go. And that doesn't mean just forget what happened or that, but that means to not let it affect where you are now and where you're going.
Facts.
People, that's another thing, people get confused about like forgive and forget. Like, it's not that you have to or you're going to be able to forget it. You can't just erase things out of your mind, but it's that you move forward to where it isn't affecting your next move, your next decision. But
And people
people,
don't understand that it's a process. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do it in one day. And like a lot of people get so down on themselves, which is just bringing those thoughts even more. You know what I mean? Because it's such a
mm-hmm,
low vibration of just depression. So that's just more things just piling up on top of you to where now you have to get out of that. You know what I mean? Like that's why I try to tell people that are dealing with those type of things to, you know, find healthier alternatives, because that will automatically get your mind shifted into another thought pattern. And if you do that constantly, then it becomes ingrained into your subconscious. So now it becomes your traits. Now you wake up and you automatically do it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to
mm-hmm,
make yourself go do this. That's why I love watching you, Jordan, you know, your pops, all of them just physically getting out and doing things, because then that's training the mind as well as training the body. That's what people don't understand. That's that discipline. That's
mm-hmm,
that conditioning. That's that when you get to that level or to that point where you feel like giving up, you know you have one more rep to do. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? You got to push through that, and that helps the other parts and other aspects of being. Like it helps you with your mindset, knowing that
because
okay,
yeah, the three are one. They are going to work together.
exactly,
Mind,
exactly.
body, and soul are going to work together to push you forward, to push you, where you want to go.
Exactly. And that's why I love watching you guys do this and then do this. You know what I mean? Like you're training every aspect of yourself. And that's what a lot of people, especially our people, lack, honestly, because we were never taught this. And even in the household, we're not even taught this as much. You know what I mean? We're only
Mm-hmm.
taught certain aspects, and then we're like, well, just give it up to God and then it'll be done. Like, no, God says work.
Yeah,
Says
you.
in the Bible, man that does not work will not eat. Like, so you have to put in the work. You have to be able to, also benefit and also help yourself as well. And that's why I feel like when we talk about vibrations and stuff like that, and shifting your vibes, when you feel good, you do good, you perform good, everything else falls into order in a
Mm-hmm.
good manner. You know what I mean? I rarely see people who are, happy, genuinely not having a good day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? They're gonna have a good day regardless if you're having a bad day or what you're looking at. You're like, damn, that's bad for them. They
Mm-hmm.
are looking at the good in it, and they are fine with everything that's going on because they know that's not gonna last. They know that they're going to that other level. They're raising their vibration through the muck
Mm-hmm.
of what it looks like, because
Mm-hmm.
looks are deceiving in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And yeah, but yeah, everything is temporary too. Knowing that everything is temporary to move forward from. I mean, that's something that I stick with a lot and helps me, you know, not not hold on to things because everything is temporary. There's no, reason to hold on to certain things that just aren't gonna matter later.
Exactly. And half of the time, it's affecting us for the betterment of ourselves in that aspect. It's always
Everything, yeah, everything is working to whether we feel like it's against us at the time to build us up to make us stronger, to be even better warriors at everything.
exactly. It's like that
Hmm.
flat tire analogy. Like, that flat tire could save you from a whole car accident. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, literally, and people don't realize that. Like, that's something you can fix. But then if you stay in that vibration, then you just get all angry, upset. Now you go into your job interview, let's say, mad and upset instead of
Hmm.
like, you know what, my tire got flat, but blase blase, it was all a part of, now your spirit's uplifting. People can feel that, especially people on higher levels. That's why I love listening to Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, because every successful person on like a higher level understands what we talk about right now, because
Uh-huh.
that's Think and Grow Rich. They understand the power of the mind, and the mind transforming your life. And when you do transform your life, everything else falls into play. Everything that you used to see, you see at a different light now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You feel it at a different light. So then now you as a being are completely different. You know what I mean? Now you're in a
Hmm.
different vibration completely. And that's what, like, I feel a lot of us are going through at this time right now. A lot of
Hmm.
us are either self-loathing, or self-improving. And
Hmm.
it's whenever we get out of this quarantine, that layer, that distance is going to show,
You'll
because,
see that, yeah, either gonna
man,
be light or you gonna be still in the dark.
yep, just super heavy and not understanding why. It's like, well, it's out there. The information is out there. People, like-minded people, are out there. That's why I try to, you know, I want to connect more with more people that are like this. That's why I was like, let's go live and talk about this, because
Hmm. Yeah.
I hated just sitting in my house, just literally just thinking about this to myself, watching YouTube videos and like
Hmm.
journaling and like studying. I was like, let's actually speak it out. You know what I mean? Because now we are bringing it to light, and we're bringing it to the material by speaking it. You know what I mean? We're putting two minds together, and now the goal, if we do set one, would be even more obtainable because of you know that frequency. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and it was all attracted that way as well too. And also, being on that same level plane or being at a higher vibrational, we also attract lower vibrationals to, want to be lifted
yeah,
up. And I mean also like on the same plane as well, but we also attract, like I said, the lower, even though when I was that post that I posted earlier, we kind of what's the word for it? Not what's the other word for attract? Not a
um,
not
uh,
not push away or avoid, but like how the post that I just posted had said that like as far as
draw
like lower
in, I guess.
vibrational like stays away from us, like yeah, that too, because we are light. Again, what fellowship have light with darkness? Like darkness doesn't know how to understand light, or some people,
But it's
be out
attracted
there
to
and
it.
have no idea what we're talking about.
Yes.
And but mm.
Yeah, especially like I love the low vibrational and the low entities and stuff like that because we're taught fear so much that like we're not supposed to be taught fear because fear, it even says in the Bible, fear is of the enemy. So why do we, constantly tell people, well, you better not do that because you're gonna be you do like no, why are you installing fear? Just be like, bro, no, you protected everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Know that you're walking in that light if you have that light. Even the palms, like, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I should fear no evil. Like that fear, if you hold on to that fear, now you're being affected by everything that your lower self is sustainable to, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Susceptible to. So it's like taking away fear brings so much life. And people
Mm-hmm.
don't
Yeah.
understand that because that
People
fear
are
holds you in a
killing.
box.
People are really killing themselves by their
Yes,
thoughts. Their thoughts of
yes,
fear, their thoughts of leaving the house. Their
yep,
thoughts of like, if I go out here, some shit's gonna happen. But really, fear is making people sick. If people aren't actually physically getting sick, they're making them sick by fear. You can
yep,
really make yourself sick. I don't know if people know that, but you can make yourself sick.
yep.
Like,
Fear lowers your whole immune system. It just
yeah.
halts it, like literally, because your mind is so powerful. Like it's everything comes from that physically. You know what I mean? So if
Mhm.
your
You're letting
spirit's
off
right,
those. You're letting off literal like hormones in your body
yep,
when you're fearful of something or when you worry and things like
mm-hmm,
that. You'll see things in your life, go down when you are worrying because you're not trusting in that divinity in you
facts,
that you don't have to worry. Like there,
exactly,
there's nothing to worry about when everything is taken care of and your mind is at peace and nothing can steal that from you. That's
yeah.
what you have to hold on to, that you
They have
can
that faith,
allow something to steal your peace and joy. Like I said, I know I said a lot of times in my video, but like it is completely up to us if we want to decide to get upset, if we want to argue back, if we want to fight back, or if we just gonna kill them with kindness. Like
yeah.
that's what we're gonna do.
No, seriously, and it's like a self check. You know what I mean? You get to a certain level, something makes you mad. You like, why am I even mad? Like, why am I even giving that energy? Like
Yeah, sometimes
people
you
hate that too. People will literally try their hardest to make you so upset or make you feel some type of way when you give them no type of energy towards it. When
hmm
you're just like,
they're gonna
I'm
keep coming at you like you're not gonna say nothing. You're not gonna slap me back in my face. Like
facts,
I'm not even gonna feed into that because I'm not going to lower myself to where you
facts,
decided to stay. Like I'm already up here. What I look like coming back down here,
exactly.
and not to say that we're better than people or anything like that. That's definitely not what I'm saying. Like that's not what higher. That's not what that means.
No,
It's
it's a mindset. It's
yeah,
just seeing the
exactly.
light in the situation. You know what I mean? Trying to see the good. Like, okay, well, we argued or you're upset. Well, let's find a solution. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People will be like, no, I'm not
They'll
taking
be
away
mad
from their
all
emotions.
day.
You know what I mean? Yes, they were like, you just demeaned how I felt. Like, no, I didn't. I heard how you felt. Let's just try to find a better solution now. Like, let's
They
not
don't want it. They
stay
don't
in
want to
the
hear
muck.
that. They're gonna go back. They're gonna go back to that little thing you said, and it's just literally just like all accurate. I know you said you were going through it today. Like I was having conversation with someone the other day who was, but that's another story. My goodness.
But so is life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those are the things that when we say when you get to a level of understanding self, you see so much more and more things come at you in that aspect because so many people are stuck in that mindset of they don't know. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
when you do know, you start to see so much more that doesn't align with you in that aspect of how you are. So
It's
you
super
are
foreign,
encountering
like
more.
super foreign to people.
Yes, you considered crazy or insane or weird or like it's just the stigma on people that think creatively or think more
Just
intuitively.
differently, just
Yeah,
differently. You say something different, people are like, You're not wearing a mask out here. You don't think you're not scared? No,
Like,
I'm
no,
not.
not at all.
I'm not. I'm really not. And it's not being dumb. It's not being, what, I don't know what people try to say, but I'm just not even on that same thought process at all.
Right.
Because if whatever it is, if I feed into that, it's just, that doesn't feel good to me. I went to go get my nails done the other day, and they made me wear a mask, and I totally felt out of place. I was just like, I was so upset. I
That's
was
all
so
I've been
mad.
doing up here, man, is wearing a mask because we're still in like quarantine,
Hmm.
Because Massachusetts was like one of the top 3 states of cases because of the Boston, basically. So like I'm on a whole island, so I'm not even like near. It's probably 11 cases that happened on this island the whole time, and
Uh-huh.
it's like 3,000 to 5,000 people here. So
Oh,
people
wow.
are like lax, but people are still like, when you go out in public, do this and this. Like I was just recently working at a grocery store, so like I was dealing with people like right in my face, like
Yeah.
right here, right here, right here. And I also saw how people were just treating each other with the social distancing thing. And I was just like, dog, you just yelled at her for getting too close while you're trying to get me. But you're all in my face trying to ask me,
Hmm.
hey, where's this and this? Like, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not making no sense at all. It really just doesn't make sense. But that's what fear does. Fear is
Yep.
just confuses everybody. It doesn't make sense. You got people running in circles, like,
Yep.
and that's just what it. That's what it does. That's what its whole purpose is. And but again, what fellowship have light with darkness?
Exactly. And you gotta know one to know the other. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Yeah, that's
it's all a
what.
transformation.
Yeah, that's why it started off because a lot of people, um, I don't know, believe in good but don't believe in bad, and then
Yeah.
believe in bad and don't believe in good. Like you can't have one without the other. You wouldn't know one without the other.
Yep.
So,
And that's a perfect way to, sum it up, honestly. Like the only reason why we understand high vibrations because we know low vibrations. like
hmm.
I lived in depression. Like I lived in anger for years as a
Hmm.
kid. You know what I mean? So like now I'm like, I hated the way I felt. Now I feel so much better because I choose not to allow those things to get to me. And when I
Yeah,
do, I check myself instantly. I'm like, no, take
because
your
you
ass,
see
go.
them now. You see them now. Like you see yourself now.
Exactly, exactly. And I still got more to go. And it's so good to see people like our age, man, like getting this type of information and understanding it. So then like just imagine 10 years from now. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
dog,
our kids aren't gonna have to learn it. They're just gonna know it.
facts, facts,
We
facts.
had, yeah, we, it's a, well, I can't speak for everybody, but because I grew up in a lot of truth and understanding, like I can't say that I came from a very confused place, um, but a lot of people are, and
Shout out Earn.
it's get ha shout out
I said shout out Earn.
Earth. Exactly, for real. But a lot of people are, just at this point in our lives, because I have a lot of friends who, are, just understanding more, and things like that. But again, so our kids won't have to wait until they're in their 20s to understand who they are. Like they'll be brought up in that light and in that
Exactly.
understanding that, fruits and vegetables, stuff like that. And not we. That's what I'm saying. Like we were eating so terrible, and it took us all this time to understand that what comes from the earth is what heals our soul. Like
Exactly.
what it
Sunlight. Go get some sun. Like go,
like
go
they're
take
like
nature walks.
they're like this fruit may cure cancer. Duh, it came from the earth. Everything that comes from the, like, that's why I be like seeing stuff. I'm like, well, you're saying this like new information. It's not new
For real.
information.
No, it's not. This is what we've had before. Cancer was such a devastating, thing in our society when we stopped
Hmm.
before we processed everything and chemically enhanced everything. Like, well, of
Man
course they're
touching
gonna have
everything.
side effects. Yeah, like you're altering DNA and giving us altered DNA. Like,
Hmm. Right,
so
yes. Putting it in our bodies, what do you think's gonna happen? But yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, just saying there they said in the end times, knowledge will increase. We have the internet. We have all of our resources. You can Google anything. You can find your answer literally to anything. There is no not knowing. If you want
Exactly.
to know, if you're seeking the truth, you're gonna find it because
It's out there.
it's you. Yeah, but it's just been waiting for you to seek that.
Yep. That's what
I'm,
you're absolutely right.
yeah, I'm totally so happy and glad that we were able to talk. I was on your live when you were your last live with the doctor, I believe, and
Oh yeah.
that was so cool. I was in there. I was like writing down.
I never met him in real life. Like that was like when the thing about Spirit Man, like man, I was fighting myself up to literally the minute we got on to reschedule. Just because I was like, and then
Fear.
like me knowing me, I'm like, why am I so resistant to this? You have nothing to do. You're not gonna do anything after this. Like, why are you being lazy? Like, what is the hell is going on? So when we hopped on and he started saying things he was saying, I was like, this is why.
Right.
I needed to hear all of this right now coming from a stranger. You know what I mean?
Y'all both were saying, yeah, y'all both were
exactly.
saying.
And just to see how connected like the universe is, just to see how divinely inspired all of this stuff is. You know what I mean? So like I just had to sit down and just be humble, man. I was just like, let me sit my behind down and shut up and listen and take in what I need to take in, because it was things I've been asking about like that whole week, which is crazy because like I was reaching out to other people like, dang, I need like, you know, confirmation, but like I only like I'm so aware and conscious of myself that I don't.
You don't need confirmation, but it's like.
Yes, but I need it to be in a way that it's like, okay, God, I see you, because it's the only way that this would come out directly to me and I understand it. You know what I mean? So when he was speaking, I was just like, dog, you're speaking so straightly divine to me right now that like I was not expecting this.
Yeah, I know. I could tell. I was just like, that was heard that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that shit hit me in my heart like directly.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It do be in this, and all it's that feeling. Once you feel it, you know, like you don't need to question anything else. Like that was your answer there. So
exactly.
So cool.
But I appreciate you, Nizzle, always and forever. And I'm
Yeah,
glad we can actually go live
we'll
and
have
talk
to do
about
this. Yeah, we gotta do this again for sure.
Definitely.
We'll pick topics and we'll talk.
Definitely, I'm definitely down and open. So
I'm gonna read the comments to see if anyone asked any questions.
I just see a lot of people waving.
Hey.
I was trying to wave back.
Yeah, I don't know how
to wave back to them.
I don't know how to do it on here or not on live. I don't know. What did it say?
St. Jude
brings you exactly to what you're looking for. Yeah.
Right.
It's always gonna happen that way.
Yeah.
If you know you allow it and you're, like I said, you're seeking truth, it's gonna come to you. So
asking and knocking the she'll open, and asking the answer she'll be given. That's you have to just really know how to truly act, like humbly, like not just a mind like I want to know. Like, no, you got to feel that. You got to put that out from your heart. You got to be coming from a pure place. You know what I mean? A lot of people
genuinely,
don't know how to come from that heart center, come from that sincerely. You know what I mean? So what are some of your spiritual practices? I meditate daily. Even if I miss it in the morning time, I find a way to meditate some way, somehow.
Yeah, gotta be like you have to.
I have to.
Whether that's for 1 minute or an hour, like for you to, connect to you, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people shut on meditating and things like that.
Yes.
That's just because they don't know.
Exactly.
Because
I got called demonic and all that for when I tried to introduce meditation like 5 years ago. People were like, "You meditate? You just into?" I'm like,
or like yoga is
I'm
evil.
literally clearing my mind.
Yeah, like I'm just shutting everything up. I'm quieting everything so I can hear myself.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Hearing yourself and tuning.
Like sometimes when I'm at work, I have to literally. I'll be at work and I will walk out, or I'll stop stalking, sit there, pause for like a good 2 minutes just to literally consciously recenter myself, feel myself and into my moment and bring myself back to where I'm at. Because I
Yeah,
know, you know,
three deep
sometimes
breaths. Three deep breaths.
exactly, exactly. And I have to bring myself back to the moment to be like, okay, I'm good, I'm centered, and then
Mm-hmm.
continue. And I don't care how it looks to people outside of me. I don't care if my boss comes up and walk, like I'm like, nope, wait, hold on.
It's not about, yeah, it's not about the energy.
Exactly. Because
Mm-hmm.
if I don't, I'm gonna be irritable as hell, and you're not gonna like the person that I am when I'm irritable. Because it's just, I just know me. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I try to just, you know,
Yeah.
incorporate that and stay true to myself in my day to day like lifestyle,
Yeah.
and make everything around that. You know what I mean? Like, it's infinite amount of jobs. I
Mm-hmm.
tell people that all the time. I'm like, it's infinite amount of jobs. Don't
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice what you and your core values for a job, because the job will open up. Our opportunity will open up that surrounds what you are established and what you're standing on, the morals that you're standing on.
Yeah.
It'll open up. That's just how the universe works. But if you conform to just get a job and you're giving up yourself, you're gonna be miserable as shit. And then
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna not have a good job because you're gonna hate the job, and people are gonna hate you at the job because you hate it. And people are just, until you lose it, and then you're not gonna have a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, I wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place.
Facts.
uh,
I've seen people be there for years, man, miserable. Like, then go get another job.
no, it's not that easy. If you don't get out of here.
Like, man, like it's so, you know, you have to stay true to yourself, man. That's how miracles happen. When you're aligned with yourself and you allow things and you allow the flow and the purity of your heart, you can walk into your old job, sit next to a customer, you know what I mean, and tell
Mm-hmm.
them how much you hate that fucking job, and it'd be somebody that literally just started a company and they want you to come be a secretary for them or something like that. It
Yeah.
happens. I hear
I've
more of stories like that than anything else.
I love those stories.
Those just divine, just interventions. You know what I mean? Like those. That's how it's supposed to happen. That's how you know the fruits
And you
of your
had to
labor.
go through that job, or some had to go through that bad experience with that job to know that that's where you weren't supposed to be, yeah, you
Facts.
can go there later. You got that out the way. You know where you want to be. You know what's gonna make you happy,
Mm-hmm.
and that may have been a turning point for them because they just didn't know before. Or
Yep, that's exactly how it is. Like just like we said, you have to know one side to know the other, and
mm-hmm.
like for us to even be like able to understand that other side, we had to really go through that other side, and like that's what people don't realize. Like, I know personally when I talk to people, some people look at me thinking that I think I know it all, this and this. Like, no, I don't think I know it all. I just know what I know because of what I experienced. I experienced a lot in just 26 years of my life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Of like things that would break most people in that aspect. And I just understand how much it took me personally to get to that other side, to see the
Mm-hmm.
light and all of that shit that I had to deal with just to find a good even point. And you know what I mean? And I'm still shifting and molding myself in that aspect.
Oh
So
yeah, we're
that's
not
why
even
I
close to
learned
done. We're not even close to done.
facts.
Uh-huh.
So
We
that
got
means
we
I
got
got
a
so
lot
much
higher
more to
to
learn.
go. We got a lot
Exactly.
higher to go.
Exactly. And I just love when I learn things, I just want to talk about it. Like that's just how I've always been. Like, bruh, do you know about this? Like, what about this? Like, because I have to get it out. It's just something that's in me that has to get it out. So then I can regurgitate it and like hear it more
Mm-hmm.
after
Just
I'm
like
saying
learning,
it.
yeah, just like you would learn
Exactly.
everything else. You read it, you write it, it sticks.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's probably yeah, definitely something more. Um, what is it? Yeah, reiterating and things like that is super important, and sharing and communicating with others,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just gonna multiply, and it's just really good. I
Facts.
I definitely need that too.
The same, like for real.
Hmm.
And I've been trying with so many people to just bring this into fruition, like a mastermind group. Like that's what Napoleon Hill talks about a lot. He even speaks about how important it is to
What is it?
have,
Napoleon Hill?
yeah.
Hill.
Think and Grow Rich. How
Yeah,
to own your own mind. He has one that I think you would really love. It's called Outwitting the Devil. It's you Please get that. Like, I'm telling you,
What
download
is it called?
Audible, Outwitting the Devil.
Oh yeah, that
It's
sounds
all
right.
about vibrations. Jay, I'm telling you, it's literally all about vibrations and everything you've been talking about. And I cannot believe that it's just now popped in my head. But you will love it. Just the aspect of, he wrote this in like 1800s, and his logic back then, like, in how he perceived the devil, and how it's like an interview with the devil. Like, he's interviewing the devil in the aspect of consciousness. So he's talking to his lower self, basically, in that aspect. So the way he's just relying the information and like speaking it is so futuristic. And to be in the 1800s, I know he got killed for this book. You know what I mean? Like, not
Yeah.
like physically, but they shunned him from publishing the book until like his son did it, or grandson did it in 1950. Like, he was not allowed to even like publish this book because of how in depth it spoke about
That's
that aspect.
that's so insane to me how they this world doesn't want truth, doesn't want the truth out. And that's what I'm saying, as far as like fruits and stuff like that go, how that's all coming out now. You know, doctors are, you know, I mean, everything's about money, which is sad in this world, but the
but
truth,
that's coming to an end. It's coming to an end fast too, and like,
I was
the
just talking about
shift
that
is
with my friend
happening.
the other day, because yeah, it's just a thing. Just like everything else in life is temporary, money is, it'll be gone tomorrow.
St. Jude, get it, read it. I'm telling you, if this is the second time you heard it, let me be the third time I say it. Outwitting the Devil. You will love that book. I'm telling you. I listened to the Audible, like, the first day I got it, I was like, this is mind blowing. So I reread it again, or re-listened to it again and again and again. And I actually tried to go get the book, but I didn't have the money at the time. But I got the How to Own Your Own Mind, which is more in depth about what we're talking about, paradigm shifts and stuff like that. But yes, if you have Audible, definitely get it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth to listen to.
Yeah.
You'll definitely enjoy it.
Okay. I don't know. I usually don't do Audible books, but that
True. Well, definitely get the hardback, because it's great.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna look it up. Yeah, when you were mentioning that book, that's when he had asked. He was like, "Any book recommendation?" And you were already talking about it.
No, yeah, that's why I started, because I saw his comment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, it just popped up, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead, and yes, it's great. It's great. It's great, man. And
currently reading.
I can't. What does it say?
Oh, Spirited, unlock.
Okay, that's what I thought it said.
Change your life.
But
Like,
it was
it's
backwards, and I was just like,
that's what just one thing I'm reading right now, but I'm definitely gonna look that up.
no, yes. Like, me personally, I like to. I don't know. Even when I'm at work, I'm not at work, so I have my headphones in. And I listen to audiobooks, or I listen to like readings, like, documentaries and stuff like that, where people, just talk, basically, because I tune in and then tune back out, and then tune in, tune back out, because I've been doing like my job, cooking and stuff like that, all my life. So it's just like muscle memory to me now. I can just boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So I still like to, still do me in the aspect of doing the worldly, physical parts of getting to where I want to be at. So
yeah, you
I
get that
just do
balance.
that.
That balance.
Yeah, that balance. I try to find that in everything I do in my life. Is that balance is. But
Always holding
sometimes
on
I
to
do
you.
get.
Always putting you like putting you first.
Yes.
And really, yeah, staying with you, because some people let go of themselves and do get caught up in the world. You get caught up in their work, get caught up in other people's lives, and
Facts.
holding on to you while doing those things, it's a talent.
Man, I'm telling you, because I be getting caught up in myself sometimes. I'm like, I don't even care. But then, like, I have to check myself, like, but you have to.
All right.
You still have to be on the material level, in the physical realm. You have to operate. So that's been my biggest battle for some years. Was like, I had a big spiritual awakening, and then was thrown back into the world. And like, the message was, all right, now find your footing with the knowledge and the understanding you have now, back into the world. So like, I'm just now getting into that, like, okay, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I can, you know, mold into the material what I know physically and mentally. I mean, spiritually and mentally now.
With where the
So
world's at and everything. And because, yes, everything happens for a reason, and, you know, life repeats itself, and where we're at, you can still, you know, be your higher self in this world, in this
yeah,
playing field. But yeah, that balance is key for sure. And just
you
holding
gotta
on.
find it.
Yeah,
But
holding on to that.
you gotta go boom, 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 boom. People think balance is like this, but balance is like how much you can stop the teeter totter
Hmm.
of the slope from going down to just this.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's constantly gonna be boom, 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 boom. But if you find the real balance, your scale won't go down here and then up here and then down here, then up here. You just have minimal little movements. So then
mhm.
you're operating at a more constant vibe because everything vibrates. You're gonna move. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're
But if
gonna
your
shift from
roots,
one side to that way.
when your roots are grounded, you will stand still. When
Facts.
when you are grounded, you're not going to teeter that much. When you know who you are, when you know where you stand, and you're deep in that, your roots are deep in that, where are you going to go?
Facts. That's what I mean. Like you're gonna just sway. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You can't be moved like the, you know what I mean? Like you're just gonna go with the flow. Like the breeze will come and shake a little
Exactly.
leaf, but
But you're
you're not
still
gonna just,
grounded.
yeah, exactly,
But you're always still
exactly.
grounded in knowing who you are and where you come from, which is from the ground up.
Facts.
We came from the dirt. That's where we're going. The dirt.
Facts.
Mhm.
And you only blossom when your roots are already, you know what I mean? Rooted, when you're
Mhm.
unmovable in that aspect, and people don't see the undergrounding layer of half of the work that the flowers produce in that aspect. You know what I mean? Like that's why I love plant life. I love plant life. Like it just brings us so much of an understanding of life in the
Every day.
sense of like,
All the answers. All the answers.
man, I'm telling you, just literally the way that they move, just the way that they, you know, communicate, the way that they don't grow, like give up, like the
Mhm.
perseverance, just the everything. Like, and people
Everything.
don't realize that like, hey, plants are just as much alive as
A
anything
blade
else.
of grass. A blade of grass.
Yes,
In a tree. It's amazing.
yes, birds too. Yes,
Hmm. Yeah, I love that. Yep. Birds, everything.
yeah,
Everything
nature
in nature.
itself. That's why I love being outside, man, and like people, we need to get more people outside. That's why I love your beach workouts. I was like, yes, they on the beach getting right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And also that, although, you know, with everything that is going on, I have seen so many more people outside. So many more people outside. And that
yeah,
is, it's so refreshing to see. Families, you know, going for walks and things like that. Although, you know, it has been a tough time for people as far as, you know, not being able to work and make money and things like that. But on the other end of it, as far as, you know, people becoming in tune with themselves and, you know, getting physical, being active with their kids, being able to go for a walk with their kids, not too late and too dark, you know,
yeah,
you have that time now. And that's just one beautiful thing that I've seen from this time right now, and I love it. I mean, I've been, you know, again, workouts outside and stuff like that. Yeah, the gym's back open, but I'm kind of debating if I even need that membership anymore because I was fine without it.
fact. Like for real, that's what I mean. Like just getting the movement, you know what I mean? And outside, getting that fresh air, like you can't beat it. You know your knowledge of what the body needs and the different, you know, layers and like levels. And you got Jordan. Y'all are like, I'm telling you, y'all need to make a family like thing.
we
Like that
we
needs
know
to
we
be in
know
the plan. Okay,
we're
all
working
right.
on our
Because
family business. We're working
man,
on our family business.
I'm telling you, y'all are gonna kill just because just
I
just
know.
the IQ level of both of you guys. I'm like, how the hell did they think of this? And then I tried this. I'm like, dog, this is hard. Like y'all
Uh-huh.
be making it look so easy. I'm like, this is hard. This is this is really hard.
Just some
So
simple
like
stuff.
y'all kill that, man. I definitely see it. That's why I was like, man, y'all
Yeah,
are just
he's into he's like very very into like nutrition. He really knows, you know, like what
yeah,
foods
yay
have
smart as
the effect
hell in
on
that
our
aspect.
bodies. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's growing in truth and knowledge every day. I mean, we all,
Phenomenal.
but yeah,
Like it's a pleasure to know you guys and like to know y'all pops. Like, you know what I mean? Like
like
for real, for real. Like I will always have respect for the man that he is and the man and women that he birthed and raised you guys to be. Like definitely, because we don't see that. You know what I mean? And like
yeah,
being football players and stuff like that, and even when Ye graduated, Ern was still at every practice, like every game, just because he had that admiration for us. So like
yeah.
that'll
All
forever.
y'all were his kids. He'll say that too.
Exactly. Like for real. Like that's why it's just so good to see y'all succeed and to see y'all just, grow. It's just beautiful. Like I love
Likewise.
seeing Jordan's journey because it's like this is what he was meant to do. Like
Right.
this is what he was meant to do.
And he's not even. I mean, none of it. We're where we're supposed to be, but we're not even there yet.
Facts.
So
Facts.
enjoying this now, I think, you know, enjoying and understanding where you are now, and still working towards that higher and
Mm-hmm.
that goal. You know, we got a lot more. You got a lot more. I know you got. I'm where you are right now is awesome. Like everything that you've accomplished thus far, like I've watched, and it's awesome to see. Like it's really awesome, like to see you grow and everything that you share, and it's definitely inspiring.
Well,
So
thank you. I appreciate that because I am complete opposite. I'm like, I be beating myself up, and so I'm like, you got to write this book. You got to write this. You have to do this. You have to, you know
that's
what I
me.
mean? It's
That's me.
it's
I'm
that.
like, what are you doing? But it's coming. It's coming.
No, definitely, 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 and it's good to have others that can bring you back to that. Be like, man, you've done a lot. Don't be so hard on yourself. Like, you know what I
We
mean? Because we won't do it. That's just us. That's just how we are built, like innately. Like we're like, I still got more to go. I still got
Yeah,
more to
because
go.
we
Like
know that we feel that when
that.
you just there. What did I see the other day? There's just we just know there's more for us. Like we know stuff, but there's so much more to learn and be and do because we know our potential
Mm-hmm.
in anything is like absolutely endless. Like, we can do anything that we put our mind to. So it's like why don't we have this done? Why aren't we doing this?
Exactly.
But we're one being. Uh,
Exactly. I have to
uh,
remind myself, I'm like, you're one person. Like already
24
just the
hours.
energy, yes. Like you have to give yourself time. And then I'm like I hate when I'm not doing things because then I feel like I should be doing things, but it's like you gotta rest, man. You have to rest. You have to allow
That's
yourself to rest.
me. That's
And
me. I'm always, people are like, you're not always busy. I'm always busy because I always feel like there's something to do.
same. I'm always thinking about something. I'm always plotting, like thinking, like planning, and like trying to do something. Like always, like it gets overwhelming sometimes. I have to really check myself. Like, bruh, stop. Like,
And not so much, yeah, as like productivity, but even there's something to do as far as like taking care of ourselves. Like, there's just, I
mm-hmm.
don't know what just chilling is.
Me either.
Like, like
Like
just,
today was just chilling for me. Like I was having a chill day, studying, writing, and like you know what I mean, just doing things. That was chill to me. I was like, this is a light day for me. Like,
mhm,
but it's not.
a light day.
Yeah, I like that.
Corny.
But no,
But yeah.
yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to hear. It's great to feel, man. And like, just like I got Dr. Richard on here. He came on here. He's showing us some love. So he definitely feeling the vibes. I know it.
Mhm.
Everybody else is too. I just appreciate you for just spontaneously being able to like come on and just go live, man. Like, just
Yeah,
needed to happen.
do I? Duh.
Because like I just was like, let's say if she want to go live. I was still at my house. I'm like, you're not even ready to go live. Like you normally
Mhm.
do a whole thing. I was like, let's just see. Let me just get Nizzle on here and just speak, man. Because I
Yeah,
know just that vibration is just gonna bring out more vibrations and just just uplift each other. So, oh, is it me? Something froze. I don't know. It might be me. Okay. But yeah, great. Yeah, no, you're moving. It's just glitchy.
Really?
It
Am
might
I?
be me. I don't know. I don't know.
Are we frozen? It looks normal to me.
It looks normal to me too. Well, you are still kind of frozen, so I think it is my service. It might be my service.
Oh, I don't know, but I've seen that we need to go live more. So we need to go live
Yeah,
more.
I'm definitely with the vibes. Like I said, I'm down. And kindred spirits, man. So this would just only bring more insights and bring more, growth to the collective. We're just being us is just helping everything else. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely with it. Ah!
Interfering.
Yeah, I'm about to have time too. I'm about to be in like a mandatory like quarantine before I really start work. So, at
Okay.
my actual job. So I'll definitely we'll definitely have to plan this again.
Okay, definitely. And yeah, you can hit me up whenever, and I'm down to talk about whatever.
Bet. It's likewise. For real.
All right.
Each one teach one. I'm with it.
Thanks, everyone. You said what?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh,
All
you're
right, Nizzle,
freezing.
because everything's blurry.
All right. Thank you, everyone,
Yeah.
for joining us live.
For real. Tune in. All right, Nizzle. I'm gonna just oh, thank y'all for joining, man. For real. It's just good. It's just good to, sit and talk with like-minded individuals. But I'm about to get off of here, head back to the crib and do some more studying. So all love.